What is up, everyone? It's Coach Austin here, coming to you with hyper strength and conditioning. And today we're going to be talking about the one ability that every athlete from youth to pro level should master. The one ability every athlete should focus on is absorbing force. The ability of absorbing force. Like Yoda, when he absorbs the force from the dark side, from Lord Sidious when they're battling, that is a great visualization. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. But more specifically, the ability to absorb force through movement, planting the leg and landing. Think about landing. Think about you're going at a certain amount of speed, and then you gotta slow down. The ability to slow down, pivot, change direction is so crucial. It's any type of athletic ability. Think about any type of sport, from tennis to football to even swimming in a way. You gotta press off the wall to get back swimming the other way. But the ability to absorb force through your muscle, bone, your joints, your tendons, your organs, that is so crucial. That is so important. And the reason is a majority of injuries happen during the eccentric part of the motion. Take football, for example. When they're running and they're cutting, their joints have to be able to absorb the force of the weight of the athlete, the weight of themselves, and be able to propel them to another direction or just slow down. One of the worst injuries you can get is from a non-contact injury, an NCI. And those are like horrible. If you hear that during a sports casting, during a game, it's like, oh shit, what's going on? Because all of a sudden, like, the athlete went down without no one touching him. It's usually what happens is the load was so much on their body, whatever joint it was, it could be the knee, for example, like they blown their ACL. The way you're able to practice the skill of absorbing force is eccentric movement. That should be one of the biggest training traits in your program. If you're training a client who's an athlete, eccentrics should be part of that program. I understand that all the sexy exercises on Instagram are you know, the fast, quick ones and whatever. I mean, shoot, you go to my Instagram and some of the videos I posted in the past, they're just cool workouts that look cool and they're fun to do. But when you're training an athlete, you got to make sure that they're strong enough and able enough to handle their body through space and have that ability to absorb that force when they need to slow down, when they need to pivot and change direction. So exercises, for example, lowering the weight, tempo squats, Bulgarian split squats, but it's more tempo, and then you explode up, and then tempo and explode up. Building up that tissue integrity. Training range of motion is a big deal. That is one of the ways to get better at being able to absorb force. If you cannot control yourself throughout a certain range of motion, especially the range of motion that you are always playing through, given sport, you need to be strong from end to end in that range of motion. If it's squatting on one leg or pivoting or running or even kicking, punching, rolling, wrestling, whatever movement you're in, you gotta dominate that whole spectrum. And that's why you gotta coach control with your athlete. Controlling range of motion, building up that mobility and flexibility, building up their active mobility, building up their active strength through that range of motion is crucial. But yeah, that is the one thing that every athlete needs to perform in order to be successful. And successful means you're continuing to play your sport at a high level, whether it be youth, collegiate, amateur, pro. The success is very subjective. It could be like, success to me is landing that $1 million contract, or success to me is just to keep playing. From what I'm talking about is you're playing the sport at a high level, and you're not getting injured. That is the one thing that every athlete wants to do, is they just want to keep playing the sport at a high level and be really good at it. It doesn't help if you get injured because you lack control of your body, or you just weren't conditioned enough to play at that level anymore. If you find this video very helpful, it would mean a lot to me if you would just subscribe and like this video so others can learn this. Okay, bye.